movers, from Africa's most famous drifters, to turtles that make epic journeys to reproduce, seabirds that don't come to land for years, water birds that follow ephemeral rivers, and whales and whale sharks that The colossal plains of the Serengeti span an enormous 30,000 square kilometers of East Central Africa. Probably the most well-known plains in the world, they are home to some of Africa's most well-known inhabitants. Hundreds of thousands of zebra live together in the Serengeti. Their distinctive eye-catching stripes are as unique as fingerprints, and even within the largest of gatherings, no two zebra will be found with exactly the same stripes. Almost 2 million shaggy-maned wildebeest share their home. Every year, the tough hooves of these animals will carry them almost 500 kilometers through Tanzania and Kenya in their constant search for fresh grass. It is a journey that will cost many their lives. During the rainy season, herds of wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle are scattered over the southern reaches of the Serengeti. But once the rains cease, it is not long before precious rivers and streams dry up. As the grazing animals focus on the remaining areas of greenery, ever bigger herds are formed as they move north and west, following the prized fresh grass. Columns of animals 40 kilometers long can form as over 1 million wildebeest and hundreds of thousands of zebra and gazelle join together. As some pause along the way, relationships are made and reinforced, and endurance is tested, but the crowd keeps moving. As the dry land they leave behind turns to dust, the migrating masses of animals move further north in an ever-circling loop. The rains ahead of them come later, and the herbivores of the plains follow the green grasses they will bring. The land of the Masai Mara in neighboring Kenya is the northernmost part of the Serengeti Plains. While for the grazing animals the border between the countries may not present a problem, the rivers that run across the plains most certainly do. River crocodiles are attuned to this annual pilgrimage. As they play Russian roulette with their lives, this is the most hazardous part of their journey, and one that cannot be avoided if they are to complete their exodus north. Never more alone, and with no option but to cross, thousands of animals plunge themselves into the perilous waters. Many other animals are already there. For those in the lethal embrace of the crocodile, it is the end of their journey. Despite the dangers, the voyagers continue in what is the largest mass movement of mammals anywhere in the world. The need for fresh grass and water pulls the migrating vegetarians like a magnet. Young and old alike will attempt the journey as they travel across the reaches of the Serengeti and all the challenges it throws at them, hauling themselves to new pastures. We do not fully understand how these hardy animals know which way to go. But it is likely that it is more than just following the rains and new growth. More than just following the lightning and thunderstorms that predict these. It is likely that the instinct etched into the DNA of those that have survived this journey for generations must surely play a part. As they journey on, the wildebeest benefit from the superior vision and hearing of the zebra, young wildebeest often watching them for any signs of alarm. While both zebra and wildebeest eat similar grasses, they have preferences for different parts of the plant, and coexistence is peaceful. Having made it to the plains of southern Kenya, they can feast and enjoy the time of plenty. But they cannot stay. These grasses do not contain enough of the phosphorus they need, and when the southern rains begin again, they start to leave. The freshly sprouted grass of the southern Serengeti contains this valuable phosphorus, and it beckons them back as these great wanderers continue the migrations of their life. The most abundant sea turtle in the world, olive ridleys have extraordinary nesting habits. These small turtles migrate massive distances between their oceanic feeding grounds and the shores that draw them back to mate and then to nest. It's an effort that will have taken this female almost everything she has. In huge congregations, known as arribadas, meaning arrival by sea, vast numbers of these usually solitary females come ashore to lay their eggs. They will do this once or twice every season, and for a few days every year, their tropical nesting beaches will be crammed with thousands of turtles. Olive ridleys have been seen 4,000 kilometers from shore and have an annual migration from pelagic foraging to coastal nesting site, and then all the way back to their oceanic feeding grounds. It is a massive effort for each of these small turtles, and for some, it will be their last. Dragging themselves out of the water, the arriving females lumber on shore, pulling themselves up beaches where they themselves hatched some years before. Clearing away sand with her front flippers and digging with her rear ones, she prepares her egg chamber. Into it, she will deposit around 100 white eggs. This could be the first of up to 3 batches she will lay in one season. Once her eggs are covered, she will use her 45-kilogram body to help pack down the sand before she leaves the nest forever. Their work done, the wary females make their way back to the ocean, leaving their eggs to incubate in the warm sands. They will never see their offspring as these oceanic wanderers disappear back into the welcoming swell of the ocean. Back on shore, the residents know there is a feast coming. Just under 2 months after being laid, the tiny turtle hatchlings will emerge from their eggs into an unwelcoming world. The beach that stretches like a marathon before them is daunting, and their chances of survival are not good. But these little hatchlings must make their first mini migration if they are to survive, and they run the gauntlet of the beach. Black vultures are usually carrion eaters, but for them and other wading birds, the bite-sized and bountiful turtle hatchlings are a snack too tempting to pass up. Crabs, too, yearn to join the feast. Endearing little ghost crabs, with their fast and jerky movements and powerful pincer claws, are one of the main causes of mortality for turtle hatchlings. For this tiny fighter, it's a lucky day. Making a break for the beckoning surf line, its ocean home is in sight.